So this show, it did things that I did not expect, to put it lightly. It presented itself in such a weird, I don't know how to decipher way. And I'll tell you right now, as of right now, through the first episode, I think you should watch it. Now, this is going to be a show that's going to push the boundaries of comedy, I think, at times. And I think it did that with the whole Lolly skit this episode. But I think it did it well. So let me dive into, into the show before we actually kind of like get into the nitty gritty of the content that was in the first episode. And this, first episode is actually about the struggles of getting a girlfriend. And I relate to this guy in the sense of, I didn't like struggle, but I just like saw all these people, all these couples around me. I was just kind of like, man, I wonder what it'd be like. But I was never like the dating type. I dated a couple times in high school, but I was never, I never really wanted to just go for it. You know what I mean? So this guy, not only does he want to get a girlfriend, but he wants to not be a virgin anymore. He wants to have intercourse with some girl, right? And he has these friends, buddies, that are basically like Issei Hyodo's friends. And there's complete perverts, like they're perverts, and they're just like overblown, like they're next level perverts. And the whole Lolly skit, I don't want to dive into it, but you guys will love it if you guys go watch the show. And I'll just say this: lollies are gospel. That's the only thing you need to take away from what's going to happen when you watch the show and that skit in the class. And immediately why I love the show so much is because I think, ask any comedian, Kevin Hart, Dave Chappelle, doesn't matter who it is, you have to push the boundaries of comedy, and I think this show does do that. It almost makes you say, this is cringy, but it does it just enough to, I think it's cringy-esque, but it still makes you laugh. I was laughing throughout the whole episode of this show. And now I want to talk about the chemistry of the main character, the two main characters, the main female character and the main male character here. So his friends ended up actually setting him up in this show, in this first episode, and it did a great job. I think this is Studio Nas. I've never seen any other work before from my knowledge, and they made it so you didn't know whether the girl was going to say yes or no. It's like, is she going to say yes? Is she going to say no? What the heck's going to go on here? Like, what is going to happen? What is she going to say? And there's so many times I was teeter-tottering throughout this episode. I said, she's going to say yes. And I was like, maybe, no, she's going to say no. And I was just bouncing up back and forth saying, I don't know what she's going to say. They hit it very well. And then, of course, the bomb was dropped. And I don't want to say what she said, because I want you guys guessing. I want you guys to go watch it and come back and leave your comments down, below. Now, so we have our main male character actually gets set up. He's begging for this girl to go out with him, and he's never even met her in his life. He doesn't know her, and she's like, get up, like, how are you gonna get on the ground and beg for me to go out with you? And he refuses because he wants to look at her panties. And the reason I'm talking about this right now is because the main female character catches him. She's like, you're looking at my panties, aren't you? So she actually gets all like kind of sexy. She puts on this sexy persona, and she like gives him a better look. But whenever he actually goes to look down, her hands actually covering her panties. Yeah, she's actually covering her panties, and then she starts picking on him, making fun of him, but she thinks he's still amusing and fun. And I didn't see that coming. I thought, she'd freak out. She seemed to be like some kind of tsundere, but she's not. She's not that person we see towards the beginning of the episode at all. She's more, towards the person that we saw at the ending. And it's just a plot twist for her character in and of herself. And I think you guys will like the outcome of the whole situation about him asking her out. It's something you really got to watch. And once again, I think there's times where the dialogue was almost cringy, because one of the perverted friends even stated, he's like, lollies, and he's like, no, elementary school girls, those are perfect, those are the kind of girls I need. And I think it's due because he's in high school and he has no self-esteem, and he's kind of like, I can't get girls in high school, man. I can't get no girl in high school. Like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? I think that's his thought process there. So he's like, that's perfect. They don't know no better. They don't know who I am. They don't know me. They don't know, how I'm viewed upon in this school. They don't know I'm a pervert. So it's going to be easier for him to actually, get with that kind of girl. So I thought it was funny as hell. But one of the biggest jokes in the show, I personally think, was the fact that our main male character, he has girls around him that were really pretty, especially the black hair girl. They didn't give us any information on her character. They did give us some on the short, oversized Opie girl, which is just preposterous. And trust me, the perverts point out her proportions. Let me tell you. But the black-haired girl, she's beautiful, absolutely beautiful girl, and you can clearly tell like he would definitely have a chance with her. He would definitely have a chance with her, and you could clearly tell our main male character is actually into this girl and like the girl he asked out. Like you can tell like he definitely thinks she's beautiful. He's talked to her before. There's some kind of, you know, there's a relationship there of some sort, acquaintance per se. And he didn't even go for that girl, he went for the other one. So I'm wondering what's going to happen, because I think a lot of girls that may actually like our said main character in this show probably have liked him for a while. But I guess, you know, guys always ask the girls. Girls usually like never ask the guy. And probably been waiting for him to ask them, and or waiting to make their move, because they were like, hey, he's never going to get a girlfriend. I mean, what do we got to worry about? We have all the time, you know, in the world to get with him. And I think they're going to be shocked to find out that he has, like, the hottest girl in school as a girlfriend. And I will say, this is, I said, not Saber, but Mordred was my waifu of the season. This girl's the babe of the season. This is one of the best looking anime characters. This is one of the best looking female characters in anime. I don't care who you are. I don't care. Like, that's just my type. She's just, I don't know what they call that hair color. It's like burnt orange, pink, with a little pink in there. I think it was a little blonde, but I loved it. I loved it. Well, with that being said, I love this episode, guys. Definitely go out and check this episode out. I think it's funny. I hope that I think it's going to be hard to review. And I think it's me just basically going to be having a conversation with you guys more times than not, rather than truly reviewing content. Because, yeah, we're going to go over it. And I did review this first episode for sure. But it's going to be some of the same, you know, the comedy aspect of it is going to be the same. It's going to be based off of sexual content and making fun of that, right? Kind of making a parody out of it. And I think that's going to be really fun. I think that's going to be a really fun kind of thing to go over every week. Because, like, I'm thinking like Konosuba. I think it'll be a fun thing to go over every week, because it's like Konosuba in the sense of it's making fun of itself. You know what I mean? I think it's making fun of itself, and in the end, so I don't know. It's something special. It's unique for this episode. As always, guys, you guys have been Hex. You should leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter X25. And I hope I didn't ramble on, and hope the video is good enough for you guys, because this is a hard video to talk about. Like, this is a show that it's just hard to decipher, and it's easy to go over the content, but you know, it's that mix and match of recap and reviewing. So other than that, guys, you guys have been Hex. See you guys next time. Peace. Thanks for watching.